Hello viewers, I'm SP and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where we finally did it. We managed to pull the soul of a demon prince, and also nobody else made it to their third at least. So we're not that far behind. I'm a little concerned. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little concerned about the long term here, but I think we have hope. That's a weird thing for, the demons of chaos to be saying, but we got hopes, we got dreams. If you stab us with an ice sword, do we not die? I have lots of evidence that suggests that we do, so. I want to recruit more troops for Iglix's army. I want to max back out and go hunting, but honestly, I'm debating just sitting here in the Doomkeep for 2 turns until these building upgrades are finished, so that we can recruit the new cool units. In particular, obviously, I very much want a Soul Grinder, and I am concerned that it will take a very long time to pull one in through the global recruitment pool, because it's probably a pretty long recruit. That said, Iglix's army is very powerful, and it might be really helpful to be out there pushing. We do want the Tower of Crack, right? That's pretty important. Do I think Falco can take it? It only has an 8-unit garrison. Falco's army's a little bit small and weak, though.
Chaos incarnate.
No, I think we're not going to wait. I'm not going to recruit any new units for this army.
Fast or face fire.
But we are gonna get on the move. And I think Falco's gonna follow up, and we're just gonna work together here, because we may as well. Can Falco? There we go. Falco will go into ambush mode here in the trees near this army, not because I think there's any particular interest in that, or particular value in that, but because I want Falco to end his turn in ambush mode a bunch of times in a row, so that we can potentially pull one of the hero traits that you get, or the lord traits rather, that you get for doing that.
Land is infected.
We're still waiting to upgrade to this. How much money is it going to be? It's going to be 8,000. And we're going to be paying a lot for the units that we're going to hire for Iglix's army, so I think we're going to probably chill out on the spending too much here. You know what? If I had you in combat, I would probably want you on a Blood Throne. Skull Throne is better. Blood Throne is fine. Okay, that's a look. I did not fully understand what a Blood Throne was going to be. I'm super glad that I clicked that button. It's like a sick demon motorcycle, like a motorcycle that is itself a demon. I'm very much into it. So now I'm wondering if I should turn around and harass these armies, but no, I think let's go try to get vision of the deeper parts of Kislev's territory. So what is going on here? This is one of those Cornate forces from the portals. Is sieging Hell Pit, which is fun, keeping that army locked up for the moment. Potentially useful. And you were coming over here to mess with Hama, if we can figure out where the heck he went. I think he moved east from the Forbidden Citadel. Maybe he's defending Winterpire or something. We did need to hang out in the Doomkeep until we lost the Nurgle debuff, but I think now we can march.
Your respects to me, and few.
That is not nearly enough favor to tempt me into a military alliance. I did, by the way, before I started recording, just take a quick look at the prospect of the Greylings trading the Black Gulch to us. It's looking pretty bad. It's looking like that is not a thing that we are going to be able to pull off. Understandably, they don't want to just give up territory, but I am, given the numbers involved, I am becoming concerned that maybe this trade settlement thing is never ever going to work. It's possible that we could, if we got big enough, we could get it to happen via the use of the threaten button. Certainly not ideal, but it's better than going to war with your ally. I don't know. We'll see. My hope is that if we control 3 areas in the province and they have the last one, they will sort of like understand our intent there, and maybe... Oh no, Nordland is back in control of Dietershofen. That's not great. Yeah, I'm hoping that if it's a settlement that would complete our province, they'll be a little bit more lenient with us. You know, we're supposed to be friends up here. So that Greyling army might be sufficient to take the Tower of Crack. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm really hoping that they don't put it under siege right as we arrive, because that is kind of what it looks like is going to happen. Okay, the rifts have gone. The demons from the rifts will get really aggressive, but we have not left any of them alive around here, so not a big deal.
Snap your spine in two. Kislev's fallen champion. Dark destiny awaits.
Okay, maximum running.
I am exalted.
I do wish they would let you just move in these modes. Like, just take me out of ambush. When I click here, just take me out of ambush and then put me back in it afterward. I have to manually...
Follow the wind.
It's not a real complaint. It's just like a little bit of a bummer.
No.
But like I said, we're gonna have to get those traits on you, so let's get on it. So I think Kislev is in the mountains to the southeast of Prague, if I remember correctly. And I do really want to know where that city is. Outpost upgrade available. Okay, so what is the actual benefit of this? See, it doesn't say that it will let me recruit more impressive units or anything, which kind of makes me feel like it's not worth doing. I guess we're kind of already not using our allegiance, which is maybe a huge mistake on my part. Maybe I should be calling for more war targets and stuff. In fact, perhaps let us consider doing that. I would love it if you would target... Let's see here. I don't want to target anything big or with walls, but I do want to target something that's like kind of deep in their territory.
I must taste flesh.
Because I want defense against this attack to be distracting, right? We wanted to draw their armies away from our fronts. So yeah, go hit Fort Ostrosk. I'm just gonna make a couple of requests here of my friends. Hopefully they'll be able to cause some havoc in Icetown. This is looking promising, although there is that huge Ice Court army nearby that we know.
Better to be by my side than in my path.
Payment is slowly creeping up. It is still nowhere near enough to make me consider such a thing. That was probably the only army of the Shadowgore Warherd. I guess, here's the thing I didn't really think about. Taking an offer of a military alliance from the Shadowgore Warherd could have been actually pretty low risk for us, because of the fact that it was so likely they were going to get just wiped out. Like, we could absolutely have taken, 2,000 favor or whatever, and then not had to worry about the downside, because it's not going to exist for very long. I was so worried about getting into an alliance with them and then having them declare war on like one of the Norskin factions we care about and having to navigate the diplomatic consequences of that. I wonder what an ogre garrison is like. Because I see those Bjornlings sailing down to Marienburg. And I have to wonder. If they've brought enough bodies for that particular job. It doesn't look to me like they have. But who knows? Maybe ogres don't build walls, and, if it's like a Norskin garrison, that totally might be enough people. Okay, somebody saw through Falco's ambush. Somebody friendly, presumably, because there's nobody else around.
This world will burn. Leave only gore.
Alright, hold on a second. Just encircle for the moment.
Annihilation.
Is it possible to get Falco within reinforcement range, even in March mode? Maybe? That looks like it's just outside. But if we can share XP with Falco, obviously I would like to.
Doom is upon them.
Yeah, I think it's just outside. Okay. Let's go ahead and auto-resolve this trivial battle.
True face of
How?
chaos.
How would 240... How would half of my Chaos Warriors have died? Okay, so this settlement already has a Nurgle and a Khorne and a siege building. So I guess we could do a Slaanesh thing here. We don't really need more... Oh no, that's right. We lost our Khornate building because it was in Black Gulch. So,
My dread name.
all right. Fully dauntless. Cannot be dauntled. I have never once been dauntled, and I'm not going to start now. Oh, hey, maybe the level cap is higher than it used to be. Well, now that's interesting. If that's the case, then I think I am going to push up to malignant power, because extra chance for the Nurgle spell out of the Reign of Chaos would actually be really nice. So what do we want? Speed up for Plague Drones of Nurgle and Rotflies. I'm just ignoring that it says Chaos Furies because I do not think Chaos Furies are real units. Or do we want to pick up stats for these like beast cavalry units that currently we're not using at all? Let's do this one. I like my Plague Drones of Nurgle. I would actually like to pick up more. So yeah, we'll do that into Malignant Power, and then
From the gods.
we'll figure out where we're going from there. Was this the turn that the upgrades finished? It was. So we could now start that recruitment. How long does it take to bring in a soul grinder via the global recruitment pool? Oh, it's only 3 turns. It's not as bad as I was afraid. So the Fiends of Slaanesh are high weapon strength, armor piercing, 99 speed. These are effectively cavalry units, even if they're not really cavalry units. I definitely want 2 soul grinders. We don't have money, so I can't recruit anything else. But that's a start. We're getting 2 soul grinders for sure. I want to have monsters. I want to have ranged units. I also want to have vision. Oh, hey, look who it is. And yep, here's Hamathane Frost. Is Winterpire under attack, or... Nope, just running back. So, here's a thought. I don't actually want Winterpire. I don't think we'd be able to defend it, and I don't intend to try to take this whole province right now. But What if we took Winterpire and we offered it in trade to the Greylings in exchange for Black Gulch? I wonder if they'd go for that. And that'll wipe out a faction who is always going to be an annoying problem for us.
Look upon me.
I think that's a reasonable idea. We've gained the demonic gift of pulsing wings. Is that actually a good thing? Like, do you want it? I would imagine, and granted, I do not have wings and cannot fly under my own power, but I would imagine that if you are trying to fly, you want your wings to be doing as little as possible that is like not directly in your control. You don't want them to just be randomly changing the aerodynamic qualities and size and whatnot. Maybe it's a very small amount of pulsing. It feels like if it's very much pulsing at all, it can't be great for you. Yeah, I think my hope of an ogre sweep across the lands of the Ice Court is looking a little unlikely. The ogres are
Respects to me.
the ogres overextended, and they are now paying for it. I don't. That's interesting. Are the Warriors of Chaos? Yeah, it looks like they're actually settling territory. They must work differently in this game than they did in the previous ones. Well, I don't want military access with you, so you don't get it with me. Unless you want to pay, and you'd be surprised at how reasonable my rates are. So my hope is that we'll be able to sneak up on Hamathane Frost. I want him to not even see it coming. But obviously that's a thing that will be happening in a couple of turns at best. We do now have the money to upgrade, or we do not have the population to upgrade the Forbidden Citadel, but certainly not the money.
Kislev's fallen champion.
I feel like it would be foolish not to do this. And then, yeah, let's just get that garrison building up right away. We're gonna have to like win a big battle or something to make the money to upgrade the Forbidden Citadel, because our base income is just too poor.
This serves us both.
I think actually, yeah. What I want to do is get Falco up near the Forbidden Citadel to help with its defense, but I'd like to be ambush mode in front of it. But obviously I don't want Hamathane Frost with that many units to happen upon this army, so for right now, I'm gonna stay stealthy near enough Iglixis that he can help with the defense. So where do I think Kislev is? I mean, it's gonna be down a road. We should follow a road. Let's see what's this way. Big forest. Oh, there's Kislev. Okay. Out of curiosity, nope, it is not. It is not a location of special importance to me. Sometimes they let you build really cool stuff in the capital of your biggest foe. How expensive would it be for you to mess with them? Just a little bit too much? Alright, just follow along for now.
Change is coming.
I probably want to do this actually in the trees. Is there a place where I have a better... Yeah, here we go.
Follow me.
I think in this position I don't have reinforcement range from Iglixis, but if we get attacked, we can do the once per turn retreat, and we'll end up in range of Iglixis. So the Tower of Crack is actually strategically a very important point. It completely holds that junction of mountain passes. You can't just walk past it. So I'm very fiddly. I often like just play with things on my desk, and if you've watched enough of my videos, you know that because I will drop things loudly sometimes. In particular, during these long periods where I have no meaningful inputs, it tends to be the case that I'm just like playing with toys on my desk. But I just painted my nails, and I have to be very careful not to, ruin that. And it is so hard for me to just keep my damn hands still and like... What if I just sat here like a normal person? I mean, first of all, I just constitutionally incapable of sitting in a chair in a normal way for any period of time. But secondly, just idle hands, They are chaos's plaything. You remember when I thought my primary concern was going to be pushing east? Well, the upside of the fact that it seems like we're not going to... Okay, good. I want Hamathane Frost to move toward the Forbidden Citadel, for sure. The upside of the fact that it seems like the ogres are not going to punch through here is that we are not going to have to deal with their armies personally, which could have been very dangerous. Winds of Magic up everywhere. So was that the Poxmakers of Nurgle? No, that was their second soul. Okay, not a big deal.
This world will burn.
So do I want to grab something else that can be recruited in a single turn? Oh, see, interesting. Now they're 4 turns to be recruited. Why did that change? Well, do I want to just really quickly grab one thing just so that I have a full army? I mean, I hate to recruit a Chaos Fury, obviously. I don't know, of the stuff that's available here, though, I do think that's the move. Well, hold on. What about this pool? Okay, I'm allowed to pull stuff from this pool. And we are allowed some cooler stuff now. So... Warriors of Khorne with halberds, so specifically anti-large. Actually, it looks like there's still anti-infantry as well. Wow. A 19-point bonus versus large. They still have 100 armor. They don't have shields. And then if you go for the double axes instead, you get a little bit more attack, a little bit less defense, and plus 15 versus infantry. That's really interesting. So the ones we have are the general toughness ones. They do have bonus versus infantry, but it's smaller, and their attack stats in general are actually pretty similar, pretty remarkably similar. And they have frenzy still. Wow. Yeah, I'll take a unit of halberd troops for sure. Hell yeah, allied recruitment. It is so cool to be able to... I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like it is so cool to be able to bring in units from your allies. Even though in our case, these are types of units we already have access to just by building the appropriate recruitment buildings. Now that I've seen it, I wanna go bother Tsarina Katerin. I wanted to know where Kislev is, but we don't need to keep surveillance of it at all times or anything. Do I want to try to kill your wizard? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, super killed. That was really a murder. I was hoping Hama would approach more. Like, I want Hama to attack the actual... to put up a siege on the actual citadel itself so that Falco and the Garrison can combine. But if he doesn't make a pretty serious move here, then it's going to be Iglixis and Falco who are combining forces against him. So, part of the story of this thing in particular, and also of the way the Chaos factions are generally portrayed, is that there's a lot of infighting. They do not get along well. They do not take care of each other. And I wonder if there's supposed to be a lot of back and forth up here in the Chaos lands between all the Chaos factions, and we're just having an unusual game where we're not seeing any of that because the Ice Court got so big and powerful so quickly that everybody has to focus on them. You know what? I'll do that. That's fine by me. But that's part of what I really like about these games, and about like playing this in Mortal Empires mode and stuff, which hopefully we'll see within the next, I don't know, few months. It's probably going to be more than a few months, but like, I really like the fact that you can play ostensibly the campaign on the same map with the same factions a bunch of times, but have it turn out quite differently from attempt to attempt. Some games, one faction like snowballs out of control, and it really changes the way everything else feels. The game has a tremendous amount of replay value due to that. Okay. So he did see through my... Should we actually... No, I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna stick to the plan. So what I was gonna say is we're probably not going to have time to attack Hama Thanefrost because we have to fight these Ice Court nerds. But if Thanefrost is coming over here and challenging the settlement, then we can probably do both. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but we're gonna beat his ass now. How reinforced? This is a minor settlement with a small garrison. Okay. What I may do is have Iglixis fight off the Ice Court while Falco goes to finish off the Sarl.
It is fake.
So, like I said, let's share. Let's be good little demons. He's gonna run away. We're going to pursue.
Do you see? Let us.
We're gonna try to stay on the road while pursuing. I don't want to last to stay over here. I think we're gonna do that. We don't need him. We don't need them attacking Thanefrost's units for this to be a complete, obvious victory.
Feast of bloodshed awaits.
That's a wild amount of damage that my troops took there. Very silly.
Mortal glory.
Okay, that'll get us back home.
Conquest. The eyes of siege.
Yeah, and Falco's gonna press. If we can get to Winterpire before they can recruit a replacement army, then we're gonna take it trivially. So it turns out Infernal Gateway is great. This is the only spell that doesn't do fire damage.
My senses heighten.
Which I get, to be clear. You know what? Actually, I'm going to stand just outside of the city. If they run up and siege the Tower of Crack while we're in it, we won't get our replenishment for the turn. But if they do it under these conditions, we'll be fine. Oh, I should look at the new wings. Oh, sorry, this isn't what I want. Oh, hey, we're very close.
As it was always foreseen.
So, yeah, we should now have access to all of the pieces of that set, right? All right, let's
So much power.
Was it the tail that we were already using? Yeah, let's go Armored Prince of Chaos. I mean, that's cool. That's a cool look. So that's taken up our... Gosh, it has nuked our melee stats, though. Look at how bad they've gotten. Is this how I want things to be? Like, I really like 15% physical resistance for the whole army. Obviously. But were the trade-offs too great? So it's using our legs, arms, head, wing, and tail. The only things we have left are the weapon slots. Are there any weapons that have just plus melee attack on them? I don't think there are. But there are weapons that will give us plus attack against certain things, right? So...
Chaos rewards me once more.
This army is actually mostly people... most of the dangerous things here are cavalry units. So you know what? Let's go ahead and equip a pole arm or something. Let's equip something with a nice big bonus versus large. So 15 with some good high. Yeah. That's not traditionally how you hold one of those. 15 with some big high damage stat bonuses is certainly something. The Colossal Axe trades 10%. Wow, this seems like a better weapon, right? It trades 10% armor piercing damage for more normal weapon damage and also more bonus versus large. I do think I like that. A Titanic Great Axe. Lose 15% base damage, gain 25% armor piercing damage. What is the proportion of my damage that is... They're about even. So this is a straight damage gain, I think, relative to the Colossal Axe, and also has the same bonus versus large. Some of these items are statted a little strangely. But yeah, okay, let's have this be our new role. So what all exactly are we getting? I want to see all these pieces. Okay, no, it's not using our head. It's every part of us except our head. So we can maybe make up some of the difference with the head we choose, but like the bestial visage is probably right. Out of curiosity, how ornate is this ornate helm? Bestial visage definitely better. The jagged bestial horns don't have the frenzy or the ward save on them, which makes me kind of not into them. Like, I would be, given how bad our melee attack is now, I'd be very unlikely to transfer to anything that doesn't at least give 10 melee attack, and we're also going to need all of the melee from frenzy. Yeah, okay. We'll still be good at fighting things that are large. We're way less effective against smaller infantry now, but I think that's fine. And it's becoming more and more important that we be good against things that are large, right? We're seeing a lot of that. Okay.
Let blood flow.
Zarina Katerin is very fast, and apparently we are not going to catch her. You know what? Then I'm changing my mind. Maybe what we should do is just, like, read the rest of this territory. Let's at least get an idea of what the map looks like. Once we're out of vision of it, we'll no longer be able to see who's actively being trained and stuff. But what we will be able to see is what changes hands, what becomes a ruin. So, yeah. I believe we are just a little bit short of being able to upgrade the Forbidden Citadel here. Yep, okay, next turn. Definitely think that is the next thing. And it won't hurt too badly if they actually do come over here and take the Tower of Crack from us. But it will be really annoying if Iglix's army gets barricaded into the Tower of Crack. So hopefully this is a sensible move. Okay, they rode right past and just attacked us. So we do get the settlement garrison. It's a lot of Chaos Warriors. But my own troops are a little rough. Okay, 1,700 gold. Again, or favor rather. Seems specifically designed to prevent us from hiring anything interesting. And for some reason I'm not allowed to... Oh, I'm in March stance. That's true. I totally am. Okay, let's fight him. So... what is the angle that my reinforcements are going to be coming in at? Does it show it on this screen? It doesn't. Okay. Because I think they ran past the settlement. Okay, no, there it is. It just needed to load in. So obviously we want to cant our forces all the way to this side. They have a lot of war sleds. They have a fair amount of cavalry. Just a ton of people who have bows and also a melee weapon and also all of the melee skill necessary to use that weapon, which is an annoying combination for sure. I need to be honest with you. I was really not expecting him to take this tack because I think this is a terrible play. But they think they can win, and if they do, I mean, it'll be good for them for sure. How long? 2 minutes? So, if I set you up here... Oh, the Soul Grinders of Slaanesh are not ranged units. They're just big monsters. Okay, I mean, that's also cool. So only some versions of the Soul Grinder are interesting. Well, I am still down with big armor-piercing, anti-infantry, terror-causing monsters. Sorry, these are bonus versus large monsters. So anti-cavalry monsters, which... you know, I think that we're probably going to have use for some anti-cav stuff here. But yeah, my feeling is obviously that we really want to... we really want to push up this side and try to be in the place where the reinforcements are going to come from. Or at the very least, fighting, like, here so our reinforcements can come in on the flank. Because there's bloodletters and stuff. Like, there are units there that would really benefit from... a flank approach. Now they do have their cannon.
Show me your hell-sent fury, thralls. Show me brutal unchecked.
We do have to care about the cannon. Okay, and it's already in range. So we probably have to make for the trees here, trying to limit the amount of strength they can get out of both their cannon and their cavalry charges. And I mean, this is good against the ranged units as well. The Soul Grinders are pretty fast. They'll get where they're going. And then we'll not do something more like that. We're just trying to like guard the flanks. Definitely get right into the middle of things. Okay. Try to limit the amount that they can really use their greatest strengths against us. So I do have Mortal Blow again. We still have Purge the Weak. We lost the other thing. These, the War Sled units, are these the heavy ones? No, these are the light ones. Okay. So a little bit faster charging, I believe.
Repositioning my next target.
Okay, they have separated from the cannon pretty considerably. Don't feel certain that this is going to get very much done, but we have to at least try. Okay. That'll hold some of that down. So they have moved the war sleds over so that they can charge and just shoot at our lord. They've been so slow about this. The Chaos Warriors are getting into position, which is nice. We're going to have to be pretty careful with the Soul Grinders. So our Soul Grinders have 78 speed. Their Missile Cavalry have 98. So we'll be good against, like, the War Bear Riders and stuff, but... yeah, we're going to have to be a little cautious. I probably don't want to draw too many of them this way. Again, I want this to be available as like a flanking move. Let's maybe take the flyers over here. I'm going to keep her more or less in the middle of everything so that we can Locus of Grace real hard. Actually, she should be a little bit forward so that the Locus of Grace hits the melee units mostly. They are sending someone back to try to stop us from doing this. It's not even really doing any damage. It's just like a little harassment.
Seeking conquest.
Okay, they are fully opening fire on our lord. Do we just... waiting for the other group of Chaos Warriors to get here is it's gonna take a while. Do I want to... Also worth noting, they're opening fire on our lord, but like we are not actually in their attack range. So we're seeing like yeah, we'll be fine soon. Do we want to rush them, basically? Is it time to just charge forward? I think the answer is probably yes. Like, most of us are in position. It just really sucks to run forward into, like, a withering barrage of heavy weapons fire. But... or rather, light weapons fire. But, you know, it's still bad. It still feels bad. And this is maybe time to start winging out the... let's see. Do we want the monsters to attack from this side? Like, I kind of want to wait until everything's engaged. The bloodletters are going to get cut to pieces if they approach while the melee, or while the ranged are still able to pick targets. So I'm going to have them come in here a little bit more. And we're going to have to run our own ranged up into proper shooting range, which unfortunately is like really close for us. It is interesting how little they care about our approaching melee troops. Okay, so let me grab all of you and just like run all the way into their force. The bloodletters should run a little deeper, and they're going to get there a little faster, which is going to turn the enemy around somewhat. And then we have Talogast Humongous, who should be an absolute nightmare for the enemy to deal with, and will just charge a unit of crossbows instantly. I have very strong feelings about Talogast Humongous and his very good name. Alright, we're charging ranged units. These are the anti-infantry marauders. I think we're probably going to lose some people here, and I don't think that's avoidable. But we can rebuild. Move her up, but I want to be really careful on the approach with her. So it'd be very easy to lose her to an approach that goes in too early, where she doesn't have the cover of the other units. And I think this is probably, well, it's probably the moment when Iglixis starts moving in, because the enemies seem very focused on him, and they'll turn and fire at him. And the plague drones we're still going to be a little cautious with.
Ascended champion of chaos. I will conquer. I will raise it.
Okay.
Eliminate them.
Let's have Iglixis go for some horses. So now that everybody's getting kind of engaged, the flankers come in. Actually, you know what? These beasts to this side, it looks to me like the horses are going to make contact a little closer than I would like. So let's do it. Let's do that like that. How fast are you? 46. So a good runner relative to melee speed. Okay. Probably don't want to cast anything else just yet.
I seek. I move.
Northern barbarian.
Their flesh is my canvas.
The demon prince. Brutalize them.
A little bit of anti-cav movement here. Where's the cannon? The cannon took no damage from the thing we did earlier. Like actually literally none. So I'm probably gonna put the Chaos Furies over here. Plague drones are at ground level, but they're not actually attacking in any way, which is weird. Don't really know what to make of that. These halberd warriors are never going to they're never going to catch a war sled unit. Looks to me like we're going to be able to get these guys up here, though. No, like charge over here. Okay.
Carnage unbound.
So Iglixis can certainly defeat some warbears. Looks like their charging cavalry have basically completely fallen apart. Here comes a new wave. As ever, we must give careful orders because our units will just we must repeatedly give careful orders because our units will absolutely just bail on their orders at a moment's notice. Yeah, press some guys from there. Heartseekers can do some of this. The Soul Grinders, 78 speed makes them about as fast as war sleds. So we could have them just pursue the war sleds, but I think what I'm going to do is have them... Let's get in here and finish breaking this stuff down first. All of the ranged units are within actual fighting range. What is the most problematic unit on this side? It might be these war sleds. Turn and find your footing against these war sleds. Okay, Ice Guard with the glaives, get that. The halberds are doing this thing, just again making sure we're giving all of these orders as explicitly as possible. Because, like, she was given a charge order. She should definitely be engaged in melee, and she's asleep right now. I'm going to have her break this way. She is for sure faster than a war sled.
Onward then. Dance upon their corpses.
Power of an immortal.
Good work from Iglixis, but he's kind of forgetting what orders he was given.
Death through sensation.
Chaos command. Glorious bloodshed.
Breath burns. We flee.
Alright, hold on a second. Units, continue to do violence. So in here we have some actual competent melee who could use a little bit of violence upon their faces. Let's make sure everybody has like actual unit targets. Yeah, don't chase there, chase here. Their lord is pretty beat. I think there's pretty good odds. You know what? I think Iglixis can just cut this dude down. And I think that's what we should be doing. Normal unit of Marauders is getting murked. Not a ton we can do about that. I'm going to blow up this guy's speed real quick. And actually, lowering his melee defense is important because Iglixis is no longer super adept at lord killing. It was a very dramatic swing that sadly did not actually make contact. She is faster than these horse archers.
Marauders of Slaanesh!
The Eternal Hunters!
Okay, finally getting that done. Yeah, it is a hell of a thing to try to get my units to do anything. Play drones. Fucking pay attention. At least Iglixis mostly gets distracted in the sense that he ends up fighting something else as opposed to doing absolutely nothing.
Slay them!
Okay, over here we have our Blood Reaper just trying to give up on life despite the fact that everything's going really well and we're winning the battle. My units hate life so much. Okay, probably an okay time for rot. You know, glorious rot. I feel like it's pretty glorious. Let's finish breaking their lord down. Those Warbear Riders are not ready for their souls to be grinded. Ground? Yeah, look at the size of this thing relative to a Warbear. It helps if you actually attack. Sometimes it does feel like Iglixis is the only unit we have who actually follows orders. They're staying on that Warbear, which I really appreciate.
Safety!
Visit destruction!
Okay, this side of the battle is basically broken down. Once the soul grinders get in, they start doing work. She's still chasing them around. I mean, it's working.
Slaanesh is Allures!
It's keeping them from firing at anybody else. Okay. Frustrating outcome, went way worse than it should have gone because of the fact that my units just don't want to follow orders. And I really don't have a good sense of what it is that causes them to drop their orders. If I did, we could like play around it a little bit more. So yeah, we got jumped while we were weak and trying to heal. We did lose a unit of blue horrors. We might lose our marauders potentially. I would not be like totally broken up if that occurred. Because obviously we can we can replace our melee core with a melee core of corn units, and then just use Slaanesh units as flankers, and it'll work out really well. With some Nurgle some Nurgle based flying units to apply poisons, and of course Tzeentch as the ranged core.
Fodder for hungry demons.
Okay, that on the whole is very good news for us. We blunted their attack on their turn, so we get a burst of replenishment immediately here. It is a shame that we did actually lose units because we can't recruit new stuff while we're in ambush mode. And what I really want to do is sit in front of the Tower of Crack. No. What I really want to do is sit in front of the Tower of Crack in ambush mode and have Ice Court armies just wander into the ambush looking for that easy Garrison victory over and over again. Which might actually work because we have the improved ambush chance and... Careful there, vampires. Those vampires are absolutely gonna just let themselves get run over. Okay. Our allies are headed down to put a little bit of pressure on the Ice Court settlements, which is very welcome. Okay, Nurgle factions are glomming up together. And here comes Tsarina Katerin.
Demon Prince. Leave only go.
That's kind of what I figured. They are going to make me fight this manually. Obviously, there's no version of this where anyone should be at any risk of dying. And since Eglixis has that huge replenishment rate buff, we can use him as sort of a battering ram against this army. That cannon won't stand up to very much abuse, but unfortunately we will have to do our initial approach under its fire. But yeah, the whole army's war sleds and a cannon at this point. So, to be clear, my plan is absolutely just Eglixis forward at maximum speed. Probably backed up by the Soul Grinders and the other Flyers and the Heartseekers. And we don't really need anything else to happen. Oh, the Allurus is at reasonable health, too. Okay. So, range, or melee units, you know, not you. Get up here if you can. It'd be cool to have some help. Ranged units also approach. But what this is really about is Soul Grinder, drones, Eglixis. Okay. I think that's probably going to be all it takes right there. Yep, the Heartseekers are faster than their cav. Okay, let's do it.
Rejoice! Victory today brings this world's annihilation one step closer.
I think trying to shoot Eglixis down with that cannon, it's not, that's not ever going to work.
Dark gift unleashed.
Alright, real quick spell cast. Looks to me like we can get an overcast whip off here in a pretty useful place, basically for free. They brought Iglixis over to the cannon, which is like, I think, a questionable strategy. Yep, accidentally killed the cannon by landing on it.
Through sensation.
Glorious annihilation.
You know, I'll say this. Their lord has this going for her. She's not on horseback, so she's not a large unit. Okay. They're trying. Glixis, my dude. My dude. Focus. Here, we'll have the plague drones. I didn't want to come in on the Tsar Guard while they weren't looking at something else. But they should be able to handle this. And in fact, we can give them a little bit of support here, you know. She has a job to do. Wow. Okay. She doing okay? Oh, that's unfortunate for her. She did get one last spiteful spell cast off, though. How on earth was I supposed to lose multiple units there? And the cannon, in the 2 shots that it got to fire, did fully half of the killing. Well, almost fully half of the killing. Half of the real killing. Okay, so now we can take a turn or two to just sit in ambush mode in front of the Tower of Crack, heal up, and come out of the trees at anyone who dares. The Soul Grinders, already proven themselves highly valuable. These ones are not the siege units I was expecting. The Soul Grinder that we saw that had the long-ranged like siege attack, was that a Nurgle Grinder? It feels like it would be the Tzeentch one, but it could be Tzeentch and Nurgle. We'll have a look at their various stats soon. Okay, we're still allowed to benefit a little bit from these earlier bits of glory. There was text that implied that we would hit a cap, or that all of our other glory gain would stop, but I think what it was trying to say, they'll be capped at 3080 and you won't get any rewards beyond 3080.
Fuck the hungry demons. Demon Prince.
Okay, let's get another level of this, then Malignant Power. Yep, the Soul Grinders of Nurgle are the ones that... Well, you know what? I am going to get that.
I grow ever more unstoppable.
And we are leveling up a large settlement that is Nurgle focused, so... In theory, we'll be able to hire those at some point. It's going to be 5 turns for this, then we have to build the building up, and then it's going to be a minute. You know what? Putting a spawn of Nurgle in that garrison feels pretty valuable to me. Tower of Crack should definitely get upgrades. Yeah, it's fine. It's minor, but it's fine. Okay.
Chaos incarnate.
So I want to be in ambush mode. And I want to be in a spot where we have tree cover and we're getting the good ambush chances.
Destiny awaits. Doom is upon them.
There we go. If they walk up the road, they will enter the ambush circle. If they walk around it, they could still attack without setting us off, but
Bloody tribute to chaos.
hopefully that won't happen. Why are you still so bad at everything?
Lord of change.
Alright, running absolutely as fast as we can. Yeah, if we can get if we can get a siege on this garrison before they can develop very much, we can stop them. Let's go. What do I have right now? Leadership up. Okay. We unlocked a Hellforged Blade, which seems like fine. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this stuff. Cran, I'm gonna need more information about what the hell's going on over here. Okay. Yeah, that's enough of a garrison upgrade to be worth paying for. So, Tmiro of Gospodar is probably going to be in range to attack. Well, or in range to potentially fall into the trap this turn. It'd be really cool if we could get like a turn or two of healing time. What on earth are the seducers of Slaanesh have these like full armies that are all the way in the northernmost corner of their empire and just sort of like running back and forth. After we were given the notification that they are trying to have their units focus more. Okay, so they're giving us a turn to heal here. We probably don't want to, like, ride out against them. Yeah, probably not. But if I let them... The thing about ambushes that's really powerful
Paying your respects to me.
is that if you allow an enemy army to approach you on their terms, you know, they can get into positions where they have multiple stacks to use against you and stuff. An ambush will catch them while they are moving in. It catches them while they're separated. Like, obviously, like, you get the tactical map benefit of the army being in their marching line and you getting to start close to them. But the strategic benefit of one of their armies being out of position from their other armies when the attack happens is much, much larger. God, there are still so many armies from the Portal Forces. I don't know who... It must have been Tmiro of Gospodar who saw through me there.
So weak.
Alright, so we get to take Deadly Onslaught. Big charge bonus. Her charge bonus is so huge. A percentage increase to it seems a little unfair, honestly. Yeah, you... Really? 2 failures in a row? Man, my units are so bad. They're so bad at their jobs. Okay. What I think we're going to do here is just starve them. Could I steal something? We could steal marauders. Maybe I shouldn't starve them. Maybe we should just take the seduce and go for it. Because my plan was going to be, with their only existing army pinned inside of their only existing settlement, they can't actually do any recruitment. And then we could try to siege them down. I'm a little worried about the dwarves nearby, that the dwarves may come over and lend assistance, even though these two forces hate each other, just because there is nothing that the AI in these games hates more than the player. But I guess I can do that whenever they ride out to attack us. And yeah, I think it makes the most sense to just starve them for the moment. We don't need Falco's army for anything else. And every turn we sit here, we are gaining an advantage.
This world will burn.
So, do I ambush you? Do I make another move? I think I might just allow that to stand. They saw through my extremely high ambush chance once. And there's no way to guarantee they won't do it again, which is a shame, for sure. Can I actually... Okay, we have to... Gerslev is on the river crossing, so we have to walk around it, and that means over the river, which is going to be really slow. But we can see the edge of the vampire territory here. You can see that big color difference in the land. Let's head up the river a little bit. I want to map all this out. And then... yeah... I think that's all for this turn. Probably do one more cycle of enemy turns here and then... we don't actually want to upgrade this building. The second level of this does effectively nothing in the north. Well, I mean, it upgrades our tower projectiles. That is something. But I don't think we need it. Yeah, okay, let's see what happens. And my plan for getting control of Black Gulch is still taking the last Sarl encampment and hopefully trading it to the Greylings. I don't know if they'll go for it, but I hope so.
Unfathomable.
Yeah, they still want that military alliance. I do appreciate the fact that they are now showing as being extremely powerful. Hopefully they'll actually put some of that power to good use for a change. Did they see through my ambush, or did he just, quote-unquote, naturally stop right at the edge of the circle? It looked like we still had the ambush flag over our heads, so I think he just happened to walk a tiny amount and stop exactly at the edge of where he would have gotten caught. Which is annoying. That's an annoying thing for the AI to do. My force will be pretty close to fully healed. So we might be able to just take the two armies one at a time. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, they're not going to try to push us off. So at this point, they have committed themselves to a starving death. The Changer's Promise. Okay, we have a fair number of, yeah, they did not see through my ambush. They just moved to exactly the edge of the circle and then stopped. I mean, come on now. That's not very subtle. No, you know what? You know what? I said we were going to stop. We're actually going to stop. I'm going to call it here for today because it is impossible for me to stop playing this game. It takes an incredible act of will. We are going to stop here for now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time tomorrow, we're going to punish Alexander Sinsov for his obvious cheating, and then probably get ripped apart by Tsarina Katerin, because that just seems to be how these things go. And we'll see you then.